Hey guys, well we are moving right along to week 10 of Tin Whistle. So just like every class, you're going to begin with the purpose. And the purpose of this entire unit is that we will play, sing, understand, and enjoy God's creation of music. So these last kind of 3 weeks here, last week, week 9, today, week 10, and this next one in 11, I say last week because I'm not counting week 12 because that's a concert week. These are all kind of the music theory aspects. So these help us in a way really understand God's creation. We can see the order and the organization that is within every aspect of music. Now today, the emphasis is going to be on the rhythm, which we began last week with the kind of note names, but now we're going to talk more about rhythm and especially time signature. So you'll tell the kids that that's what we're going to do today, and we're also going to practice our concert song for week 12. Now, just like we've done before, we'll sing Dona Nobis Pacem. And again, as we've done before, we'll begin with the solfège. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, up and down. Do it with the hand signs as we've done before. And then you'll sing part 1, part 2, and then if you're ready, go on to part 3. So ABCdarians, you may sing part 1 this entire time, and that's totally fine. Younger kids, maybe you get part 1 and a little bit of part 2. Awesome. I'm hopeful that the master's class and one of the other classes will be able to get all 3 parts here. So today we're going to go on to this last one, and let me get a note. So here we go. We're going to sing Do is our starting note. 1, 2. Do, na, nobis pacem. Do, na, nobis pacem. And I would suggest this is a very tricky next to last measure here. You could just hold this top C. You could go Do, na, nobis pacem. That would be much easier instead of going pacem. That's a hard line. That's a hard line for adults. So you could do that if you wanted to. Anyway, as we've done before, you can sing it through all the way if you have a good sight reading class, or you can do I sing, you sing for those different sections of the music. So the idea here is that you're singing it through a couple of times so that the kids are learning this song. And so we also have a point of reference to look at this concept. Okay, so after you've sung it a few times, you always want to kind of pretend when you're teaching a class like you're discovering it too along with the kids. So you want to be like, hey, did you notice that when we were singing that, it was kind of like 1, 2, 3. Do, na, nobis pacem. Huh, that's interesting. Then maybe sing through it again and have them all, okay, well, let's do 3 fingers and let's just kind of tap them. Do, na, nobis pacem. It feels like every time we have that number 1 beat, that's a strong beat. It has a feeling. Da, da. Help them to feel this concept. This concept is weird in the abstract, but it's obvious in the concrete. So if you sing it and feel it, this will make so much sense. Okay. So once you felt it go, so the beats in music are also organized. So on the staff, we have these notes, but we also have these bar lines that divide the music into equal measures, and each measure has the same number of beats. And in this song, there are 3 beats in every measure. We can feel that. Do, na, 3 beats. And hey, look, 1, 2, 3, half, no, dot. Like it works, right? It works. Now up here at the beginning of every song, we have what's called a time signature. And that tells us how many beats are in each measure. So see that top number? It's a 3. That top number tells you how many beats are in each measure. The bottom number, for right now, means the quarter note gets the beat. Anything beyond that is more complicated. Now, this comes back to our conducting pattern. This is why we need a conducting pattern that matches our time signature, because we have 3 beats in each measure and we have 3 different positions to show those beats. So, do, na, nobis pacem. If I try to do this one with 4 beats, do, na, nobis pacem, it doesn't work. I can't even do this backwards. Do, na, nobis pacem. It doesn't match. So show that to the kids and then teach them the conducting pattern for Dona Nobis Pacem. The kids will love this. So show them that this is a 3, Dona, like that, and show them where the breath is. Well, and they've been doing it, right, up to this point, so it shouldn't be that hard. So have them now, like y'all all stand in a circle and have everyone practice cueing. You can do this even, I think, with the 5-year-olds or the 6-year-olds, where everybody's copying you. And you can turn around so that they're not having to mirror you. And have everyone conduct together and cue you in and feel that as you're singing. So, do, na, like that. It would be so fun. And then what the kids would really like would be if they took turns conducting the group. So you could sing this through several times, get a different kid each time to come up and to practice being the leader of the ensemble. Okay, so they would have their hands by their sides, and then when they put their hands up, everyone watches and is ready to sing, and then that conductor would go, do, na, or you could be singing part 1, 1, 2, do, na, no, bis, okay? The kids would love to practice being the leader. And conducting is so tightly connected to the concept of rhythm and to time signature. It's a great application. And learning to lead a group of singers and learning to be in a group and follow a cueing is just a basic, vital skill for any musician. So this immediately gives us a practical application for this information that's in the CC curriculum. Okay, so let's see. I might have had some other activities here. Something else that's kind of fun. I mean, I always like to have a couple of ideas for activities in case one just totally bombs. I have a backup. Another thing that would be fun, especially if you have some more advanced musicians in your group, would be to start with the staff, and then you could do a time signature and divide your music into bar lines. We're going to get to even more of this next week, but divide it into bar lines, put a time signature here. Do either 3/4, or you could do 4/4. These are the 2 time signatures that we're using in the CC curriculum. And 3/4 and 4/4 make up about 95% of all music, so these are very common. And then you could have them write some music in here. that matches that number of beats. So you could do, half note and a quarter note, a dotted quarter note, you get the idea. And you could do them on the same line, or you could move them up like this, do, 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 do. And then you could have the kids either chant each other's, or they could sing each other's up and down, or something like that. I found that kids really like to try to compose a song or compose a rhythm, and they like to hear it performed. And even if it's like da 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 da, even if you aren't totally sure, if you just make your voice follow the notes, kids get a kick out of that. And it's a fun way for them to feel like they're doing something. Okay, so that's a fun activity. Let's see if there's anything else here. Bar lines, we talked about measures. When we're done with this, just like we did last week, you'll use about 15 or maybe even just 10 minutes to practice your tin whistle song. So again, pull out your tin whistle, talk about the number 1 rule, which is don't touch it or make a noise until I tell you, and then practice your cycle song, either in little chunks or in I play, you play. And then when you get to the end, just like we've done every week, summarize what you've done. So today we talked about rhythm. And remember, you got to practice leading the group. And we talked about how there can be 3 beats in a measure. That's like Dono Nobis Pacem. Sometimes there's 4 beats in a measure. That would be the other conducting pattern. Maybe you taught that to them, maybe you didn't. But, summarize what you did. And then come back to, what does this teach us about God? What do we see about God in this musical concept, in rhythm? Might be interesting to see what they say. And again, you could talk about the organization. That's just what I see over and over in this. And again, the creativity. Like, what if we only had quarter notes? Our music would sound kind of lame, right? So we have a God of variety. We have an interesting God who's made so many things for our enjoyment, and so many ways that we can be expressive and artistic. So that is week 10. Good luck, guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye.